Fires in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane.
Hi, I'm Bas.kha, competing in under 63 Night of Champs.
How I like rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes. Made lots of mistakes. Taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great. Popping off, singing straight. Never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say. Yeah.
So I'm gonna clear out the schedule.
What else do you have going on?
I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
What's your name and who are you?
My name's Bas.kha and I am a uni student. Finished my undergraduate last year, political science, international relations and marketing, double major. Now I'm doing the Juris Doctor to become a lawyer. And that's me.
Cool. What got you into powerlifting?
Just going to the gym in like high school and stuff. Like, I guess I like just got a passion for like lifting. I thought it was fun. Yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Who's your greatest role model and why?
So definitely my granddad. In like my culture, I call him my Abba, and he's my greatest role model because like literally everything he does, like from when he was a child, he had to like stop going to school to be able to take care of all of his like siblings because like the situation in South Africa like and India wasn't that good. And then literally immigrating here with like my dad and like all his brothers, like literally coming from nothing and from apartheid being able to make something great for himself and for like his family. And I just like carry that story everywhere with me because I feel like it's a big part of me.
So how does that story like inspire you with like your powerlifting, like uni? Is that kind
just
of
like,
drive a lot of your motivation?
Like everything my dad tells me as well. He always says to me, do what like we couldn't do. And my granddad says that to me, do what we couldn't do. Like they didn't have all these opportunities and now they're giving me, like since I was like a kid, like who got my gym membership for me? My dad, like who like told me, oh, we're so proud of you. Like at like my dad's pharmacist, whenever I'm there, like all the customers always tell me, they say, your dad talks about your powerlifting all the time. Like, how's it going? Like they know already without like even knowing me, but they like met me when I was a child. So they know because of like how my parents talk about me. So I think just being able to do something that like my family and like still now lots of my like cousins and stuff, they're not able to do this over there. So just like being able to, even with school, like being able to do the things that like lots of people in my family and like maybe I wouldn't be able to do if I was in a different situation as well and I wasn't so like blessed and lucky in like that regard. Yeah.
Cool. What are your... Actually, I'm trying to figure out where I want to go with this now. That was really good. Obviously, you got into powerlifting a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to Night of Champions.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you a champion?
I guess I would say that like last year I had like cutting down from 69 to 63. It like wasn't the like best for like my strength, but obviously that's normal in a way. But yeah, I was like a bit stagnant in my training, and I think like it's just like the perseverance of like keeping going even when you're like going through like a bit of like a trough. But then you just keep going and like you just show what you can do, I guess.
What's your most memorable moment in powerlifting?
Definitely at nationals this year after the 140 deadlift, my third deadlift. We put 150 in the back, and then I was like, oh, how funny would it be if I could do 160? And then we did it, and yeah, it was just like cool. It was like, oh my gosh, like I always like think like I used to like think, why doesn't like anyone believe in me? But it was me not believing in me. It's like, no, other people believe in you, but you don't believe in yourself. That's like what it is.
So how's your mindset shifted now? You've done nationals, you did really well at nationals, got the invite to Night of Champions, obviously lining up nationals next year. What's been the big mindset shift for you now, knowing, okay, I'm actually pretty good at this, I'm competitive?
Yeah.
What's the go?
I think it's just like also like as like a woman also and like a girl in like the 2020s, it's hard to like think of like, oh, there's like that balance between when you're doing a sport like athletic performance and also like your aesthetic appearance. And like for me, I was like, oh, like I don't need to like, it doesn't matter if like I don't want to have like look too like muscular or like look too big, because obviously I was bigger before, but it's like, no, that doesn't actually matter. It's just about like fueling your body for being able to perform in that way, and like you should be doing that, because like I'm eating so much more now and like I'm at the same weight, so like I didn't need to be like under fueling myself for like aesthetic reasons also. And then also just like I'm like, oh, I like showed myself at nationals like, oh, I can like put my mind to something and do it. And like that 160, it was kind of just like for fun. Like it was like, oh, how funny would it be either way that I like attempted it. And like after we like filmed the attempt, I sent like Dee a message. I was like, don't be mad. And then I sent it and she was like, why would I be mad at you? Like, that's so cool. So I was like, just like, oh, you know, just like a shift in like what I guess powerlifting means in that way.
Cool. What's one piece of advice you would give yourself from when you started to Bas now? So what would you tell Sarah from a couple of years ago getting into lifting?
I guess kind of like what I just talked about as well. Like, just like also about like believing in myself. Like always since I was a kid, I'd seen myself as like someone that can excel in academics, but not in like sports. And I feel like that's a cultural thing as well. Like from my background, it's like a joke with like Indian people. It's like doctor or lawyer you pick. So I picked lawyer, but also picking to like embrace the athlete, I guess.
So it sounds like you're not trying to be this stereotype you feel like you might be getting boxed into culturally or society-wise, right? You're trying to be outside of that, like, I'm Basira, this is who I want to be.
Yeah.
What are your other interests outside of powerlifting, and obviously you've got uni going on?
Yeah.
What's give us deeper, Basira. What goes on?
So I played netball since I was a kid, like maybe since like year 2, and it's something really fun. Like love playing netball like with my team. We've like built a really nice like friendship of girls that like every Saturday on the weekends we just play netball. We won like last season, we won at PNA, like our division, which was cool. And then also like something else that's a bit nerdy, like I like writing poetry. Like it's really fun. Like I feel like it's a way I like get in my emotions. And yeah, like I did like a creative writing unit like a few years ago, and like my poem I submitted for my assignment, like the head of English like sent me a like letter of acknowledgement for it. So that was like, I was like, oh cool, like I like it and I'm kind of good at it too, which is like, it's just something fun, yeah.
What's your pre-comp or pre-lift routine?
So I always get waffles, gluten-free waffles from Soho Lane the morning of. Like last comp, I'm pretty sure it was like my weigh-in was at like 12. So then I got waffles at 7 right when they opened. And like I've been doing it for like the past 3 comps as well. And then also listening to Taylor Swift in the car when I drive there. Yeah.
What are your goals for the next few years with powerlifting?
Yeah. I think like for me, get comfortable and like competitive in like under 63 weight class. And then I feel like it would also be really cool to be able to do like an international comp. Like, yeah, just like something like maybe on the horizons, like next couple years or more, like just if it's in the cards, if it's like, you know, yeah.
What's your thoughts on heading into your first head-to-head, and what's your thoughts on having that against Casey, who you really get along with as well?
Yeah, I love Casey. She's so cool. When I first talked to her in the gym, one of the things I said is, Casey, I love your hair. You have long blonde princess hair. So yeah, I think also like being able to go up against someone that you like have a friendship with is really cool, because like when we train in the morning, we're just like also encouraging and pushing each other to do better. So it's not like a hostile thing. It's like a, you know, love thing. It's like, oh, I love you. I want to see you do well. And like, that's like vice versa. And yeah, obviously as like the underdog, there's like, if for like me, there's like not as much like pressure. Like it's like, oh, if I do like perform on the day, like obviously I'm gonna perform on the day, but if I like perform to like a high level on the day, then it's like, oh great. But if I don't, then it's like, oh great, I did something cool anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Do you have any strategies going into the battle? Anything you're like, okay, I'm for the first time ever I'm competing, 6:30 at night, it's late,
Yeah.
it's a battle, it's going to be pretty high energy. Have you kind of like changed anything or had any thoughts on like how you're going to maybe handle those kind of things?
I think I'm gonna wake up a bit later on the day, because I like to wake up pretty early and get like a lot of things done in the day. So I'm gonna clear out the schedule, have
What else are you gonna have going on? I'm gonna clear this.
well, actually we'll be having exam prep, so I will have something on the schedule.
Okay.
So I'm gonna clear. Oh my gosh, you know, on SummerSlam I was studying at weigh-ins.
Were ya?
Yeah.
Okay, no studying at ways.